morning, we're back again. Nadeska Akademiks on Wayno here on Everyday Struggle. Academics waking up, finally getting a stretch out.
Yeah, what's up, Ak?
Good with y'all, man. What's good, what's good, what's good?
Wake up, nigga. What's good with you?
Nigga, I'm up. The hell? I'm up.
Yeah, I'm up.
I'm up. What's up with y'all?
I'm great. I feel good this morning.
Oh, man. Yeah, feeling
Feel
good. So what were we talking about yesterday? Tory and Don Q. Tory and Don Q.
What's going on? Yeah, I forgot.
That was last week? Nah, you know how people...
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
you.
this shit moves so fast now. Like, I'm like, damn, we still on that?
That's
but
crazy.
We're literally on like day 2 or 3.
I know, but Tory never responded, so are we calling it? We're going to talk about Dream Doll. She responded.
Nah, we gotta give him like 3 days. I think honestly the internet gotta put some pressure on Tory just to be like, Tory, you don't get to write the rules of the rap battle. You don't get to pick your opponent, tell people when you win, tell people how it went, and just move on to the next person. You can't do that. But other than that, I give him like 3 days, you know?
3 days?
Yeah,
all right,
3 days.
well, in the meantime...
Who knows? He might be back in Dubai. He has
It's
to come
been
back
3 days. It's been from Monday,
Oh, yeah, because we were
Tuesday,
late. We had to
Wednesday.
guess.
The second round, Don dropped yesterday.
What's
You
today?
dropped that 12 a.m. on Monday, which is...
Nah, we calling that yesterday.
Calling that
man.
yesterday?
That's yesterday. So today's the second day, you know. Give him 2 more, man. Give him 2 more, man. You gotta,
2 more days.
Wait, what?
more.
So
Yeah.
end of day Thursday or
Let's give him
Friday?
till Friday, man.
All
Give
right.
him till
Let's
Friday?
give him till Friday.
Now he's making the rules.
Nah, but like, we can't expect people to respond in 5 hours.
Sure we
How?
can
Like,
when you're the one instigating
You're the one
it.
that always said, man, I'm giving this nigga till
24
after
hours.
school,
Yeah.
before he goes home to buy milk for his mom's. Like,
Listen, I remember when I gave Pusha T like 3 days or whatever. Pusha T delivered after the second. So I'm just saying, give that man some time. And also, I think the internet got to put some pressure on him to say, yo, it's not over.
All right, well, Dream Doll is trying to apply the pressure here. So on Tory's diss track, Don Queen, he definitely took shots at Dream Doll, and she wasn't really feeling it. So she dropped a song called On Your Head, which samples 50 Cent's I'll Whip Your Head Boy. On the track, she details her alleged sexual encounter that Tory Lanez talks about, and also claims that Tory Lanez once asked her for a devil's threesome. Didn't know what that was before
I've never
this.
heard that term before.
Had no
you
idea.
gotta stop prettying it up.
Yeah.
The devil's threesome, that sound, if you don't Google it, that might sound like some dope shit.
I've never heard.
Never in my life heard that term.
And nothing with the devil involved sounds dope. But
And
I've never heard that term before. Until
basically a
just now.
train. That's what.
But
she
no,
was trying to
no.
insinuate.
She's saying a train is not men interacting with each other. That's what she's trying to insinuate with that bar. That's
I'm
she's
sorry,
trying
what?
Tory, we need a response.
What she's trying to say is not that niggas was trying to run a train on her. She's insinuating that he wanted a train with another dude so he can interact with that dude. That's what she's trying to say in that bar.
No.
She's trying to play him with that.
Yeah, she was saying that he wanted to train on him.
Whoa.
That's what she's saying, though.
It's too
I know you
dark
said-
with this.
But seriously, that's what he's. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. Salute to Dream Doll. I've heard a couple records of her. I didn't even think she could rap like this. You know, again, I don't know who wrote it, who whatever, but like,
Damn, you
Wait,
we ain't even
don't
gonna, we ain't
say
even
that.
gonna- We ain't even
Don't say
going.
that.
We ain't not even gonna give her credit for her writing her own shit. You just gonna off the rip say I don't know who wrote it.
all right.
It wasn't the most complex bars ever. Like you don't
All
think
right,
she wrote
I'm
that?
sorry for being Mr. Captain Obvious, but there's very few female rappers who write their own bars. So that's the first thing off rip when I hear some lyrical
I think
shit
there's a lot
coming
of
out.
male rappers who also don't write their own bars.
Right.
Why are
Facts
you
too.
singling her out? Do
That's-
you know something?
No.
Otherwise, I don't know. That's the
No,
first
no,
thing you
no.
have
Getting
to
curved
say.
and you
No,
trying to
no,
throw
no.
because she curving you. She.
Oh nah, Dream Doll is the baddest chick out right now.
I think so. I
It
should
hurt
take
my
her-
heart when Tory said them lines. It hurt my heart. I'm like, damn, Tory, I've been liking all her pictures, bruh. Why you gotta just like fuck up everybody else?
So why she can't get her credit for writing her shit?
I'm giving her credit because low key, I didn't even know she like could rap like that. I've heard that she got the talk to me
Talk
nice.
to me
record.
nice, yeah.
I like that record.
She got a few joints.
But like she was kind of, I don't
No,
know.
the shit was funny. The line was funny when she said she had Beijing.
The way she came on the track
She said she had
reminded me of, like,
Beijing
Foxy.
all over her legs from the nigga head. Cause you know niggas put the Beijing on their head, the dark in their line and shit. It was actually better than I thought it was gonna be. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think that it was gonna be as good. And then I got like a few calls like, yo, did you hear Dream Doll shit? I'm
Okay,
like,
so that's...
yeah, give her credit.
The way she came on the record reminded me of like some 90s female rap shit. Like, to be honest, her track is the spiciest of them all. I gotta give her credit. Like, she went in on that nigga Tory, man. And Tory will respond to a lot of people. If I'm him, I'll leave Dream Doll alone. I'll leave Dream Doll alone, man. Dream Doll look like she might say some shit, man. So
She already said some shit.
Yeah, she already said some
Well,
shit.
and that's another thing. Whether it's true or not, that's the thing. People's just entertained. I'm just entertained by the bullshit. Whether it's true or not, it might not be true, but it's funny. So that's the whole purpose of battling. I mean, to dismantle your opponent, to humiliate them. So I'm entertained by the shit.
Dream Doll's up 1-0 on Tory Lanez. All right. Tory got to respond. I don't.
How does Tory respond to this?
So, yeah,
How does he respond to this?
Both of them in one song, or?
He better not respond with a diss song. He better respond with a Chicks tape or something. A Chicks tape song, like make R&B song, something like that. Man, send some well wishes. Y'all had an encounter. It looked like she don't want to hear no type of slander from you, Tory. So if I'm you, I'll make one of them little breakup type of records or
breakup.
For real. Like, I wouldn't go back and forth with Dream Doll. Look like she's saying all type of shit that making you look at Tory weird.
Yeah, right.
And when it comes to like intimate encounters, like you don't want to go with a New York chick, bruh. Like you don't want to go back and they gonna say some stuff about you, like nah.
First off, New York women are like the most aggressive women on the planet. So she could just do a whole video like, yo, my nigga, that's word to my mother. You not gonna play with me, not. Just she could do that, and that's a whole diss record within itself. So I think that he shouldn't go at her. I think that he should just throw a clever line out there in one of his songs.
And
not a whole nothing. Not no
apparently-
breakup song act. They weren't together.
I know, bro. Anyway, apparently where this all came from, she's saying she left a comment under some shit, and that's why Tory's in his feelings. But when I asked Don about the bar that Tory said, talking about like Don paid her for a feature and they did some stuff, Don Q was like, yo, basically, how could I pay for a feature when it was her song? Like it was like a remix of her song. Yeah. Why would I pay to get on her song? Right. So again, it might just be all bullshit, but the shit sounds entertaining to me. All right, it was just a wild card to see her get in the mix. I mean,
what he said was very disrespectful. So you can't blame her for responding.
What Tory really got to do, Tory got a female artist. I forgot her name. Like he just signed her. Yo, he got to get her to respond to Dream Doll.
What?
Yes.
Why does she have to get in the mix?
Right, it's a Royal Rumble, man. Everybody got bars.
I don't know if this is a Royal Rumble yet, Ak.
You got Don Q. You need to be in the studio prepared and penning the response bars to Don Q. Get your female rapper to handle Dream Doll because, yeah, it wouldn't be fair if you and Dream Doll go back and forth with it.
All right, so Dream Doll 1, Tory Lanez 0. Right?
Damn, man, that's how they do it.
We not gonna give Dream Doll a point?
Nah, I definitely give her a point. I give her a point just for her making a record. I didn't think she was gonna make a record. I didn't expect for her to make a record at all.
No lie. Again, I'm just keeping it so honest. Like, Dream Doll is one of those people. I'll look at every Instagram picture she's ever posted. She posts daily. Trust me.
Are you in her comments too? Or her DMs?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't make it seem like that. Tory, leave me alone, bro. Okay? but no, like she's very attractive chick, right? But I haven't heard that much music to keep it true. Like I've heard
like 2 mixtapes.
Yeah,
Life in Plastic 1 and Life in Plastic 2.
I haven't heard a lot of music. You know what I mean?
She put music out though. She definitely put music out.
Okay, but again, I'm just saying what I've like received. Like,
I got you.
So I never knew like when I hear her rapping like this, I'm like, damn, maybe I've been missing out on some shit because the single that I know her from, she's not getting down like that right. On a rapping level. Mm-hmm. Now I'm like, yo, I want to go listen to more Dream Doll, but this is the beauty of this competitiveness.
Mission accomplished.
Right. So
right?
What he said was disrespectful, but if the end is that people pay more attention to her music, that's good.
Yeah, this is a whole, like for everybody involved, if I'm Don Q, and I talked to him, he said the same thing, he said, yo, this is a chance for people to see my talent and probably go check out my music. That's, if we're calling it friendly competition, if that's not what you're doing, I don't know why you're engaging and going back and forth. So for me, clearly that's the case with me and checking out Dream Doll's music because I'm about to go listen to her shit. I want to see her flame somebody else like this.
Are you now okay with listening to women rap about sex? You were having some issues with that a while back.
No, wait, hold on. No, see, you're trying to just like make it sound weird.
You just noticed that he hasn't wanted to respect women T in a minute.
Nah, listen, I was telling you.
No, he doesn't like when women get very graphic about sex. With men on records, which I think is very funny.
Can I speak for myself?
Go ahead.
I said there were certain records, like even that Nicki has and other people, like when a chick is rapping about certain type of shit, that's not the shit you're gonna hear me say verbatim. Like, you know what I mean?
You're not going to go with the bars.
I could repeat like a young boy lyric or some dude saying, yeah, I take the tech out, do this. Yeah, okay, whatever. Even if it's like, you know, some fictional shit, right? I just can't be rapping about what you doing sexually, what you do. Like, I can't be voicing that out. You feel me? Like, I'm like, okay, I see.
You definitely sing that shit privately at home.
Yeah, in the shower.
Yeah,
you know
I can
how he
definitely
get down.
see.
Only
Do all types of weird shit in the crib.
Only Drake, Uzi. Only Drake and Uzi in the crib. No, in the shower. If it's not Drake or Uzi, you got
I've been like, Wayno, what took so long? I don't understand. All right, let's.
Yo,
Only Drake and Uzi in the shower.
Yeah,
Pause,
only
my
their
nigga.
music, bro. Do I listen to anything else in the shower?
All
I
right,
gotta do the shoulder dance in the shower when I'm.
okay.
All right, that's enough.
Enough.
Enough of you in the shower. Like,
Oh man, all right.
said, just fix your hoodie, man. That shit is throwing me off. Like, do you see this nigga? Like, do you see his drawstrings?
Hoodie strings are uneven.
oh.
Yo, today's
Yeah,
one
you
of
look
those
crazy.
one of
You
those
be all right,
struggle
nigga.
days. Yo. All right, guys, so the Grammy Awards are coming up soon, and Joyner Lucas spoke to Billboard about his nominations for Best Rap Song and Best Music Video, and he presented a pretty interesting theory about Childish Gambino. He says he feels like I'm Not Racist changed a lot of things, and it caused a lot of damage and opened up room for conversations. He pushed the envelope for people like Gambino to come out and make This Is America. I feel like I made him comfortable enough to make a record like that. I love that video. Interesting theory. He said he hopes that he wins a Grammy as well, but do you guys feel like that's what maybe inspired This Is America?
I don't think that's what inspired it. I do think that what he did was great. I feel like well, I'm Not Racist. It did open up the conversation for people to have dialogue about racism. A lot of people thought that the dude rapping was actually Joyner Lucas, like, you know. So I think it was very clever, and it did spark a lot of tension and get a lot of good conversations. But as far as him inspiring Childish Gambino and him feeling comfortable, like, this dude is a writer and director, and I think that if he could look at that as a piece of it, but I don't think that you made him comfortable to make a song like that.
Yeah.
And again, I don't want to take this out of context and make it seem like he's basically saying that, because I didn't see the quote until just now. I don't think he means it in that realm. I think comfortable is just the wrong word.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Jordan, I agree with you, dog. I actually believe that the I'm Not Racist. I think, you know, it's being comfortable to make that song. I won't agree with that, but that heavy, like, that song blew up for Joyner, I'm Not Racist, because of the video, in my opinion. And there was so many messages sent through the video that the song took on a new life and really drove really serious conversation afterwards. And I do believe that for This Is America, that was kind of the goal. Now, do I believe they only got that idea from Joyner? No, probably not. But do I think that that was some inspiration for coming up with the video and putting it out how it was? And again, great song, but still having all those concepts like graphically seen. I got to give Joyner some credit. Again, I wasn't on the inside of them making This Is America, but just seeing what came before, the chicken came before the egg.
Wait a second, because I can't remember the name of the Childish Gambino song, but Childish Gambino has a video where he's being lynched. He's playing as a slave, and he's being lynched, and the branch breaks, and he falls down in the woods, and he's running through the woods. And this is way before everybody knew who Joyner Lucas was. So that's why I can't say that I can't remember the name of the song, but I remember this video because I've seen it a few times. I can't say that he not even comfortable that that's the reason why, or like Childish Gambino ain't been doing shit like that. That was in like 2014. So Bonfire, right? Like that was in 2014. So it's like, I don't see, I think that it's one thing to say it, or if he had a conversation and he said, Childish told him like, yo, that video, because everybody's seen, what is it, I'm Not Racist, and whether you agree with it or not, it was very captivating.
Right.
You know what I mean? It grabbed you. But I don't think that Childish been doing shit. Like, he been doing crazy videos. The nigga works in film.
Absolutely.
He's got
a lot of social commentary on Atlanta and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of unlimited resources that he taps into, cameras, all of that, just by being who he is. So I don't think that had anything to do with it, for real.
Yeah, I'm giving Joyner the credit for kind of opening up that lane on a mainstream level. We're like,
To make a record out of it?
Yeah. Well, not to make. I'm really talking more visually and really driving conversation. Like,
That's what I'm saying. I don't.
I'm not saying he's the verse. I'm not saying he directly inspired people, but like when I'm reading his quote, he's saying, "Yo, I kind of opened up room for these things to get more attention.
Yeah, so when he dropped the
This shit
video,
was the-
it wasn't
this shit
just
was the first.
right.
That-
It wasn't
that
just
really
hip hop
we
media
focused,
covering
yeah.
it, right? It became like mainstream media covering the video
absolutely.
and having. So of
That
course,
shit
it
got
opened a
over.
lot of conversations, and it's possible that he did influence a lot of other upcoming artists to feel like they don't have to, whatever, have colorful dreads and do whatever. They could like have serious conversations. But I think I agree with you with the Gambino thing, unless he explicitly told him that.
Yeah, it's like
He's been pretty active in that realm for a long
Joyner
time.
having this big soldier moment, man. Man, I was the first nigga to do this, man.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yo, have your big soldier moment, Joyner.
Nah, he definitely, and I do hope that he wins a Grammy because, like, just for the type of artist that he is, like, even, I'm not racist, that shit is well over 100 million views and all of that. It's a big record, and it's a moment for him. So I do hope he wins, but you got to look at not even Childish Gambino, Donald Glover's history and see what he's done in film to understand why he even was able to make a video like that. It didn't just come from there.
Maybe he really just having this big soldier moment, just saying it right now that when the when the awards come down, be like, how y'all give the awards to some nigga I inspired when I did it first. You feel me? Have your big soldier moment. I like when niggas.
They're two great videos though, nonetheless. They're
Nah,
two
of
great
course,
videos.
of course. Like, again, shit, I think we realize, like, music and these social issues, and we're in this time where, like, conversations about all these things are needed. Like, it's a great mix, and these two gentlemen did a great job putting it on screen, so I love it.
Yep. Hopefully they both take home some Grammys. That would be pretty dope.
That'd be
Congrats.
super dope, especially for hip hop.
Yeah, congrats to the both of them just for the nominations. All right, so DMX is finally home from prison, and he stopped by Big Boy for an interview out in LA. So he spoke about the current state of rap overcoming addiction, and he said he doesn't like that this younger generation of rappers are promoting drug use. Let's take a look.
But as you fast forward, it's like it feel like it's just a saturation of kind of the same thing too, though.
Exactly, and they're all promoting drug use. You know, it's like if that's what you want to do, you know, that's your business. But you ain't got to promote it like it's cool, make it cool. You know what I'm saying? The kids walk around, I'm popping Molly, I'm popping Percocet.
All right, so we have this conversation a lot about sort of the older generation of rappers preaching to the younger ones and them not receiving the messages, but it doesn't seem like X is preaching, right? We know he's been through a lot of issues with drugs. We've worried about his health and safety. So coming from him, is it a different perspective?
A bit, but I think sometimes we forget that drugs have always been promoted to some certain extent in hip hop. When you look at 3 6 Mafia sipping on some scissor, you know what I mean? Like, we just didn't know what the hell they was talking about on a mainstream level. Then, I mean, when listening to the Hot Boys, they albums, they always talked about like doing heroin and stuff, but they wasn't promoting it. They was more talking about the pain of it. Even with DMX, he talked about his battles in different bars, but he talked about the pain and the issues of it.
Right.
I think now he does have a point, but it's always been prevalent in hip hop. It's always been a time where people was talking about using drugs. I think now it's more the aspect of having fun using drugs as opposed to I'm using drugs because I'm fucked up or like he made a song Slipping. You know what I mean? Like when he talks about his battle. So he does have some points, but it's always been done.
Okay.
It's always been done.
Honestly, he has a great point. It's just that it's like a moot point at this point because, shit, as you said, it's always been done. Like, everybody been rapping about, and also, like, even historic, I think just the way how people rap about drugs has changed. Not the fact that people rap
But I think
about
that's what he's trying to say here, no? It's not like people haven't been using drugs, but like you're saying now, it's
I mean, even whether, like, shit, when all right, okay, they're glamorizing the use of like, definitely some, I won't say newer drugs, but different type of drugs in a more recreational manner. But, like, I mean, there was always a promotion, a glorification, a glamorization of, like, the life of just selling drugs. Okay, now, okay, you get a lot of people, they're rapping about taking the shit. But, like, there was always a glamorization at some level when it came to drugs that probably either caused these new rappers now to be hooked on some shit, or probably caused like even DMX to go through some of his issues. Like if you leave it up to me, rap music where you're promoting a lifestyle in part, right? Through the music, you wouldn't even talk about drugs. But unfortunately, it's been like that forever.
Right, and it's very like we always pick apart who does and who doesn't. Like I never really subscribed to that whole term like I'm the dealer, you the user. Because it's like, if I'm the dealer and your mom was using and then now you're on drugs, then I fucked all of y'all up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's no, we always pick and choose. It's kind of finicky how we deal with that shit because I ain't gonna lie, we love a success story, right? And how do most like big drug dealers make money? Selling drugs. How do most rappers make money? By selling a story that they was dealing drugs because the American dream, essentially, if you can't make it on a 9-to-5 level, is a person becoming some big drug dealer. That's what they show you in all these documentaries and all this other shit with narcos and all these other things. So I think that a lot of people that come from the hood, sometimes they don't take the time out to understand if you're rapping about a brick of cocaine, with that brick of cocaine, how it does damage to the neighborhood. Now we have this we birthed this fucking generation of drug users.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they came from nowhere. And yeah, if people think that they can make a record and it could get them some money, they're gonna rap about whatever it is that's lit. So yeah, it's a lot of kids that don't even use drugs. I know a kid that says some shit, purple in my cup. I'm like, nigga, you don't even drink soda. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but he knows that catches the attention of somebody when he says it, so he used it. So I think we just gotta have, more than having interviews, I would like to see like people who are in hip hop and even the younger people have a dialogue of what's on your mind and what's on our mind. Not like I'ma just judge you and I don't know your circumstances.
Yeah, X would be a good person for them to have a conversation. 'Cause
Absolutely.
We're like,
He's going through everything.
actively, seen him gone through it, so you know it's not coming from a condescending place.
Right.
Yeah, I think just even watching X talk, what I took away from is like seeing the battles he's going through, how many times he's been to jail, a lot of things that we just large in part blame his drug use for. Like a lot of these rappers who are hooked on it, and yeah, I mean, they might rap about it in their music. Some of them are crying out for help. Some of them are glamorizing it. Like, we got to step in and help some of these people before they get to the point where they're much older and they're looking back at all their regrets, or they don't even make it. You get me? So that point of maybe even intervention, which I was watching this, I think, podcast interview with Leo, where he was even talking about, I think we talked about it on here, like the like how labels feel. Like you have your artists, they hooked on drugs, they promote them to everybody, they bring in a lot of money. Like, do you feel any cultural responsibility for that, because it's really affecting people's lives and it's getting other people hooked on the drugs? And I do think at some point we have to try to help these motherfuckers.
Absolutely.
You get me? Like, X is the biggest example. Like, if you don't help somebody probably early on, it's something that.
But when you say we, because in that interview, didn't he say, sure, they feel bad, but not that they're going to stop promoting these artists, right, or giving them the platform? So who would we be?
It got to be a collective effort.
It's not going to be the fans.
Yeah, it got to be. Well, I think
it got to be a collective effort.
It's got to be.
We got to hold everybody accountable who's either profiting, making money off that shit, continuing to turn a blind eye. Like some of these management teams.
Everybody's not going to show up for that. You know, everybody's not going to show up for that. I just feel like, you know, I always have this saying, like, the way we change the world is by one by one, by like each person. If you change one person's like thinking, if they're doing something negative, that's how you change the world. And with this drug shit, I just feel like we got to really sit these kids down and say, yo, listen, activists is not giving out endorsement deals. Neither is Tylenol, neither is Pfizer Pharmaceuticals. In fact, the stuff that they're putting out and is hitting the streets is actually killing you more than it's helping you.
While they make billions.
While they make billions.
Year.
So we fighting, look, we getting high on pills and killing each other and all of that, all while it don't matter if they get the drugs in the street or if they get the drugs in the hospital. They still profiting billions and billions and billions of dollars. And I think that we just need to bring some awareness. I think we need to take some ownership as a hip hop community, and like all management teams, because they don't give a fuck. A lot of people just don't care. They gonna say, man, they gonna do it anyway. Yeah. For the ones who do, I think that we need to step in and just create something where we can just talk with different people.
Yeah, but even the common sense way you're making that sound, like, yo, listen, you should realize they're not giving out endorsement deals. These people are profiting off you killing yourself. Like, addiction's a real thing. Like, when you're addicted to some shit, and a lot of these motherfuckers, like, I talk to a bunch of rappers. I know they addicted. Like, I could see it.
Oh yeah, I've seen it firsthand.
You look at them.
Brother, I've seen it firsthand.
You look at their eyes, they look different. You look at the side of their mouths, they're on some shit. And honestly, like, you see sometimes they have health scares and shit. They'll talk about it publicly, or they'll say something to me, and honestly, you tell them, yo, listen, you need help, this and third. But addiction is real.
Addiction is really real, and it's
Addiction
hard.
is real. That's what, you know. I think we deal with drug is the thing you're addicted to, but addiction, it's like, how do we treat addiction as a hip hop?
Before we get into the whole thing about addiction, we just have to get into health, just overall health, because I mean, when Fredo had his first scare, right? Well, I wouldn't say his first scare, but it was before he passed away. He had that time when he was in the hospital, and I called him. We had a nice little rapport. I called him, and he was like, bro, he's like, man, I'm sober as hell. I'm drinking a bunch of water. I'm trying to change. We wait till it's too late.
Right.
just black men, period. We don't go to the doctor. Like, we ain't talking about going to the doctor. We not sharing information on health and shit. And the ones that we do, we calling that shit corny. My man Styles P got a whole juice bar, you know what I mean, and educates people on health. And everybody, a lot of people look at that as cool, but then a lot of people turn their eye on that. I think that we need to figure out ways to just bring more awareness to health before we I wouldn't say before we deal with addiction, but health is such a big thing.
In general, right? Because Rick Ross and DJ Khaled, of course, like the pair phenomenon, they were both working out. That was a time when people were more into health. But for this current generation, like the Uzis, I guess there's not an artist out here waving the flag for health.
Yeah, it's not. It's like, and that's because
they're young. They don't.
They don't care about
it.
And whether some of these niggas, these new niggas, be capping or not, like, you know, not everybody just drops like Xanax as like,
there's like
yo, a line. Like,
Yachty's super clean,
no,
right?
No, well, even the ones who do like rap about drugs, like for some of them, if you really listen, that's what I was saying. And Uzi even said himself. That's when, after, you know, rest in peace, Lil Peep, and people were like, everybody should get off of it. And most of the artists was like, yo, we giving it up. But he also said, listen, like, while y'all been dancing and partying, to me telling y'all I'm having this pain.
Yeah.
I'm in the music, I'm telling y'all I'm self-medicating because I feel this certain type of way. So we also gotta like help these young men deal with, if it's mental illness or depression, other ways other than just self-medicating, and really to the point where it's really detrimental to your health.
Well, it's also it's another slice of the pie as well, because we also got to touch on the fact that a lot of artists feel like these things make them better artists. You know, it's a lot of artists that you say, yo, do you ask somebody, like, you made that song, I was high as shit that day.
You also want them to be super active on social. You want them to be trolling. You want them to be on Instagram Live. The internet is a very negative place when you're a star, right? I think people forget like all the horrible shit people say to you all day. I imagine it's not easy to cope with that, especially when you're putting out music. If people don't like what you're dropping, they're shitting on you. Fuck this person for no reason. That's a lot to process. And
especially
I think,
when you're young.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Especially when you're young. I just think that, you know, for the most part, if there's teams, and this is just a message to the teams, like if you have a team of people and you're working with an artist, you got to lay down some ground rules. Like you have to lay down some ground rules. Don't give up on them, but at the same time, let them know, like, if we're gonna attain success and we're gonna do all these things, we can't do it slipping. You know what I mean?
Wait, who's gonna lay out the ground rules? Because like,
I'm saying about a team, like a team, like.
If I'm the artist, how you gonna give me the rules? I'm the boss.
That's what I'm saying. It's one way of looking at it. You could feel like you're the boss, but if you lose your team, if you lose the people that operate, if you lose that body that runs that heart, you're done. You can't, like, you're not gonna be able to operate. So what I'm saying is like, if you have people in your life that you respect, if you're an artist and you have people in your life that you respect, that you listen to, right? And you're the day-to-day, the manager, whoever, it has to be more of coming together and saying, yo, listen, this has to stop, because one, you want to live. Fuck music. You want to be able to live. Secondly, how are we gonna reach next levels and do all these things that we dreamed of doing if you're on this? And just really break it down some. Now, at that point, if you feel like you're the boss, nobody gotta listen to you, whatever, then you gotta keep it moving on your own.
I think that's also tough, because it's like it's a kind of a codependency, but probably one more than the other, right? In terms of, this is the artist. Yeah, if he don't work or if he ain't getting paid, y'all don't get paid. Like, I know an artist that I think should go to rehab, and I remember I brought it up, and this team said, yo, he got tour. Like, you gotta go on tour. The money gotta come in. Yeah. So again, if he don't go on tour, none of them niggas gonna eat. So also they thinking about themselves as well. Yeah. You know, probably short-sighted.
So we're back to commerce again.
It's like it's all about the money at the end of the day. It's all
about money, period.
Like, money, as long as people die and people get hurt, it's cool if they make money. I'm not saying that that's what you're saying. I'm just saying generally, I hate to see that people are so not only addicted to drugs, but they're addicted to money. And that's a horrible thing, because ain't no Brinks trucks coming to the funeral. Like, there's no, you don't die and niggas make it rain. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't happen. So the thing is like, what is it all about? That's the most important. If you're an artist and the only thing you chasing money, you chasing the wrong thing in life. You gotta chase your happiness before anything else. If people be having fucking all the money in the world and blow their fucking head off.
Yo, in reality, a lot of times, and even intervention, that's another thing we really need, because what most times happens is some of the teams and sometimes the artists themselves, they're like, yo, we're dealing with it. Like, we're dealing with it without really just stopping.
Right.
Like, yo, nah, I'm chilling out.
Right.
I'm chilling out really don't mean chilling out. You stop for a day or two and you back on the same shit. Or you went to the hospital, you be like, I've been cool out for like a couple days, I'm back on the shit. So listen, I do think what DMX is saying is really important. It's just that, how do you really attack it if it's not a collective effort?
Yeah.
Well, I hope he's feeling better. Hope he stays out of prison. Hope his health is good. It's good to have him home. Let's get through a couple quick hits. So back in 2017, I believe Young Thug announced that he was going to drop Barter 7. Of course, we haven't really gotten an update on that. So he was on Instagram Live with his girl recently. She kept asking him where the project is, and he casually said, Lil Wayne's trying to sue me for that. Of course, when he dropped Barter 6, I believe in 2015, that was a big deal. Wayne obviously wasn't happy with it, felt like it was disrespectful because Carter 5 was held up. Are you guys surprised this is still going on? Or that he hasn't just changed the album title then?
No. Actually, well, to be honest, Barter 6 was fire.
It was a great project, but...
It was spiteful. Like, the whole thing was a spiteful act.
Yeah.
It was disrespectful, especially because of what Wayne was going through at that time.
It was a weird point because if you watch and listen to Young Thug then, he seemed like he just wanted to be the new Wayne. And of course, it came off disrespectful to mad people. But I don't know, like watching him then and how much he claimed he loved Wayne and praised Wayne, it felt like it was a young artist kind of felt like he felt shunned by his favorite artist, so now he's acting out. Of course, if I'm Wayne, I'm still suing you. Get the fuck out of here with this Barter. No, I want to hear none of that. But I don't know if that's really the reason why I didn't put it out. Put it out, call it something else.
Yeah, but I mean, he built like you said, Barter 6 was really fire. So it's like he might feel like he's building a brand off of that. You know what I mean? Like off of the anti. I don't think it's an anti thing. I just think it's like at first it definitely was an anti thing because we seen everything was happening with Birdman and Wayne and all of that, and it was like when he did call it the Barter 6, we was like, damn, how does he?
The thing is, at this point, I don't know if the name of the project matters anymore.
I don't know
what about
why,
iTunes?
No, I don't know why he would do it. I mean, you got to remember also when Wayne spoke about the Barter 6, he was like, listen, man, please don't support no niggas who's on the album cover naked. Young Thug notoriously was on the album cover, like, pretty much naked. And, you know, like, given that we're here now, why continue with Barter 7?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like we're past that time.
I don't think that's like I don't even think that's even, it's not even a series there. You drop one tape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Carter 5 came out. Okay, you got your shit out. And also, this is what I could never understand with Thug. I felt like Thug was doing certain shit that was isolating pockets of fans. You know when we talk about sales and shit like that? Young Thug don't sell nearly as well to his counterparts. Like, he sells below all these, even the newer niggas. I'm talking about Baby and even Gunna. You get me? Like, their co-released album sells way more than Young Thug by himself. Now, if you ask me what I think culturally, I think Young Thug is he's a revered, high-tier level artist, way above most other artists, but his numbers never reflect that. Now, for me, I feel like it's how he came in the game. Came in the game real disrespectful, kind of, you know, thumbing his nose at a bunch of legends, pretty much disrespecting people's legacy. And yeah, you could have been inspired by Wayne, but now Wayne fans ain't gonna rock with you just off how you're doing everything. So I fast forward till now and I'm like, why are you still trying to make enemies? Yeah, feels like you're still trying to make enemies. You don't need to do that no more, Thug.
Thug has done a lot of stuff to change from, and you got to remember, man, like Thug came in fresh off the block. Like he really fresh off the block. You used to look at some of his first videos. He in there with 100 niggas in the kitchen, AKs, all types of crazy shit. And I didn't think that. First off, I didn't think an artist with the name Young Thug would grow to where he's at now. And I know that for a fact that he did do a lot of shit, but he has changed a lot of it. Like he has changed his view and people's views on him, because everybody thought he was like, they was like, oh, we're not supporting him, he's gay.
He's come so far from that era, because I felt the same at the time too. If this is someone you idolize, why be so disrespectful? But of course now I'm a huge fan of his. He's very talented, so yeah, I just don't understand why Barter 7 would even need to be the title. Like you said, it wasn't really a series, and we're used to him just dropping random projects, so it's not like...
was it just because they said that? Because I think the thing is like, we're just taking a moment of a line and somebody saying something on IG Live, and maybe Barter 7 might be the file, you know what I mean, of those songs, and maybe he's just saying that because it's that and not the actual, or is he trying to call it that?
No, previously he had said, right around the time when we got the guaranteed news that Carter 5 was coming out, he said Barter 7 was coming soon.
Okay.
So, you know, and again, I just think that's still disrespect. You know, like, yeah, you're right, like, Thug, he's toned it down a bit, and I'm thinking he toned it down because we don't seem too much in the media like doing outlandish shit. Who knows if he's really changed, you know? But like this whole thing with him and Wayne, I just always felt, name me your project, Barter 6. I get it back then, but now you should just stay away from that.
I ain't gonna front. Thug is more like, well, I'm kind of viewing him kind of like Gucci Mane, but in the sense of like his influence is starting to become a little bit bigger than his music. Like, you know, as of recent, like, you know, I mean, the nigga had big hit, and I'm just saying about like radio here. I don't know what they play on radio everywhere else. I'm just knowing New York, if your record is booming here, then it's booming everywhere else, guaranteed. And he had like 4 or 5 records on the radio here. You don't really hear nothing more, but his influence is still there, is prevalent everywhere. There's no Gunna without Thug, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of artists that come from his tree or his umbrella or tell us that, yo, he A&R my project or he influenced me. So I think like now he's just more on the influential tier as opposed to him pushing himself as an artist.
I hope we get more music because I think he's one, like you said, he's very influential, especially in his hometown. But I think he can be beyond hip hop. He's one of those artists that I know you hate the Elton John shit that we love, but I think him working with people like Jamie XX and stuff like that, I feel like his future, like the trajectory could be crazy depending on. And
staying out of trouble. You know, that was a big thing with him is like, you know, every time he's right there, it's like some bullshit happens, you know? Yeah. So hopefully you get past all of that.
We'll
but yeah, the Barter 7, that's kind of wild.
Barter 7. By the way, his girl can rap, yo. Jerica?
Yeah?
Yeah, she nice, though.
Oh, yeah, she's been on one of the projects, right?
Yeah.
The last one.
She's a slime.
Where, is that snake still alive, the one he sent you?
Yeah, he's shedding right now.
Oh, really? Is he bigger?
I can't believe you.
Yeah. He's shedding right now. I got him crickets yesterday. That's my boy. Slime.
Someone asked me the other day to check and see if the snake was still alive.
He doesn't get like huge like this. He's just like long.
Yeah, but I just was worried that he was literally not alive.
Nah, he was hiding for 4 days. I didn't know what was happening. I'm like, where he at? Now look, he's shedding.
All right, so we're expecting Bobby Shmurda to be back home in Brooklyn in December 2020, and his mom, Leslie Pollard, visited him in prison recently and gave us a little status update with a picture. She says, great visit with my stinky. The countdown continues, 22 months to go. Chewy's in great spirits. He sends his love and cannot wait to be back to work.
Dope. I always say I can't wait. Like, for me, I want to be the first place they do computers at, him and Rowdy. Like, wherever they're at, the first time they do computers, I have to be in attendance. Yo,
it's funny how time really flies. I remember the exact day, December 17th, 2014. That's when Bobby Shmurda and his crew got locked up. And I remember when he got locked up, and also even when they were talking about sentencing and this and third, just because I was following the case pretty closely, I'm like, man, this is it. It is over. But you get to realize, like, yo, time flies mad quick. And now where, like, I think a lot of people say, yo, man, this guy's career is over. Shit, he's about to come out, and I do think people are anticipating for him to come out. So, you know, salute to Bobby, you know, which I heard a lot of corrections or like whatever about his sentence. You know, supposedly he was offered 4 years at first, and then he ended up taking 7. Yeah. According to some reports, he took the 7 to help his other guys who were supposed
Rowdy.
to. Yes.
Rowdy.
We're going to get 12.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's a stand-up dude, so can't wait for Bobby Shmurda to come home. It looks like he's in good spirits. His mom has been updating like fans and of course anyone who cares about him for the last like couple years. So I can't wait for him to come home, yo. You know, like he had a very different and great energy. To me, that was needed in New York, because most of these niggas be too mad. No lie, they're too mad. He was very happy, dancing shit.
Yeah, that's true, that's why.
No, they just
You had issues
bad.
too? Okay, oh.
Like, I don't know what it is. You in New York, I don't know what it is. Niggas
It's cold, motherfucker.
It's cold.
It's
We're
cold
aggressive
here.
in the winter.
Shit ain't a game out here.
It's cold everywhere, man. There's like
cold here.
Yeah, listen. I want Bobby to come back, dance a couple. You know, not like don't shiggy him though. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna dance on every song.
Shiggy and shit.
But yeah, I think he'll come back and really give a new energy for the summer.
I want to see if when he comes back, I want to see if they end up doing that Shmigo Gang mixtape that they were supposed to do. They were supposed to do a mixtape with the Migos called Shmigo Gang. For real, so let's see if that happens. Because now the Migos is in a very different place, but they still show them a lot of love. You know, my man Fetty, that's Rowdy's brother. He signed a Def Jam. He another artist. They always like show him love and shit too. So when he come back, we gonna see GS9 out here, for real.
Yeah, Fetty says he's holding it down for the crew in the meantime.
Absolutely.
Till everyone's back home. All right, so the NBA All-Star Weekend is coming up soon. I don't know if either of you are going, but J. Cole is confirmed to headline the halftime show, and Meek Mill is also opening up. So it's going to be a pretty dope weekend. Wayno, I feel like if anyone's going, it's you.
Of course you crazy? Of course I'm gonna be there.
Of course I'm going to be there.
Definitely I'm gonna be. I'm not missing that, and it's such a big moment. I mean, like it's really dope. You usually only see Pitbull. Like for real, the only person that always does like the sports shit is my nigga
Well, it's in
Pitbull.
Charlotte, so Cole was like, all right.
Right, yeah, you gotta have Cole. Like you gotta have Cole as NC, but you know that's dope for Meek because they co-headlining. You know, so it's really dope to see Meek. I mean, with the whole championship theme, this is definitely a big win for him and DC and Rock Nation, etc. But it's dope. Look at Dreamville. Each little moment, watch. By the time they drop this little compilation,
They're building up right now.
yeah, it's little pieces they keep giving us. By the time they drop this compilation, it's gonna be some shit.
Good look for both artists. I mean, when I hear about All-Star Game, NBA All-Star Game, all I know is the birds fly south.
Are you
All-Star
going?
Game. No, ain't no birds. Like all the little Instagram thotties, they going down there. I will watch it. Like again, I've never seen like a lot of culturally, or maybe I'm tripping though. Like culturally relevant artists.
Kendrick did it.
Perform, but that's a good look. So
Have you ever been to any All-Star Weekend activities?
Of course not.
Ever?
Nigga shit.
Not
I've
never in your life?
You never been a Dykeman for the games at Dykeman.
You should never be in Dykeman. But
should
NBA
go- you should
All-Star
go to
Weekend
Dykeman.
should be all right.
Bring a lot of
Am I
security.
going to? I wouldn't go.
You wanna go to Dykeman?
Huh?
You don't wanna go to Dykeman? They ain't gonna kick you out. They ain't gonna do you how they did. What's his name?
I hear this.
Safari.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm not showing up to a basketball game there. I heard there's some bad chicks over there. I'll go over there for that. I'm not going to watch a bunch of niggas play. I'm sorry. Going on to this, who's she, Smollett?
No, we're ending with a pretty dark story here. So, according to TMZ, Empire star Jussie Smollett was like brutally attacked by two white men wearing MAGA hats around 2 a.m. on Monday after leaving a restaurant in Chicago. So the two men were reportedly yelling out racist and homophobic slurs. They apparently poured bleach on him, fractured his rib, and put a noose around his neck. Just very disgusting. So he took himself to the hospital. He was discharged later. So Fox Studios, of course, issued a statement saying that they supported him and hope that justice is served in this case. Just very horrible and dark. Whenever we talk about how Trump is affecting this country, a lot of people like to bring it back to the sort of the Democrat-Republican issue, like a party issue. I don't think that's the point. Yeah. He's just very divisive and whatever. These men wearing the MAGA hats and like yelling what they did. What do you guys think?
This is horrible. This is horrible. But like, for them to have bleach and a noose, they was looking to do something to somebody. Yeah. It wouldn't have probably just been him. It's very unfortunate because it was a report that he just refused to have like extra security or something like that. Because he seems like a person that he's just cool, very cooler approach, not problematic, and this is disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, that shit is very whack. And
apparently he'd received threats at the studio as well.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Because I mean, he doesn't do anything to bother anybody. I mean, if who he is makes people uncomfortable, that's fucked up. But for you to for people to attack him and to pour bleach on him,
and
like,
have a noose, that's
he could have gone blind or some shit like that. That shit is crazy. Like nobody, I don't give a fuck what you into in life. Nobody deserves, they don't deserve that for his sexuality or him just being who he is. He doesn't deserve that type of treatment. You know what I mean?
It's clearly a hate crime, either because of the color of his skin or probably his sexuality.
Sounds like a mixture of both.
Yeah, both,
probably
absolutely.
both. Listen, people have said popularly that the MAGA hat is like the new Klan hood thing, whatever they be wearing. And again, a lot of these things when it comes to hate crimes, because I don't really look at when it comes to politics, I don't really think people are evil like that. But I do believe that whoever is on this MAGA wave, if that's not how y'all feel, y'all
So
gotta.
you don't think people evil like that in politics?
No. What I mean is that I don't think there's Republican or Democrat. I don't think people are just intrinsically evil. Right. Not because you're a Republican,
okay.
you just hate people.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I'm saying that for other people who wear that hat and you don't be feeling like that, y'all gotta speak out about shit like that. You know what I mean? That's why it was very problematic when even Trump was kind of low-key co-signing
the Charlottesville shit.
Yeah, some shit that even the KKK niggas is saying. You can't really mix with those lines, because that's what caused shit like this. Yeah. You get people be like, all right, cool. You know what? This hat, we ain't gotta wear them the Klan hoodies no more. We just gonna rock out with these hats. We kind of have that little understanding that we don't fuck with these people, and if
it makes a statement.
Yes. Yeah. So for the people that don't feel like that, I feel like they also gotta make a stance against it. This is horrible. My heart and prayers goes out to him. And I can't even imagine, like, who the fuck walking around with a noose
Exactly.
in like 2019?
But that's what I'm
so
saying.
crazy in Chicago.
Those dudes was looking to hurt somebody. You know what I mean? It might be because you said he got threats. It might have been, it's probably was concentrated on him. But if they didn't catch him, they was going to do something to somebody. Who the fuck rides around with bleach at 2 a.m. in their car and a noose? Nothing good is going to come out of that, you know? The crazy thing about it is if police would have pulled the motherfuckers over and found a noose or something tied like that in their car, it wouldn't even be a thing.
Yeah.
You know, that wouldn't even be a thing.
More about the story will come out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot more about this story that we just haven't heard. Or the people who were behind all this, they'll get uncovered. Like, so that's the good thing about, like, even now how things spread. Because I believe justice will be served in this case.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to believe that either the majority or even maybe not like these real fringe weirdo niggas that would do some shit like that, like they're really prevalent out here.
They're gonna get caught though. They're definitely gonna get caught.
Yeah.
If, like, there's too many cameras. It's 2 a.m. He's leaving from a restaurant.
Yeah.
And my thing is like, damn, he was by himself. Like,
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think so. The FBI has been investigating, and it sounds like the whole Empire staff now is just going to beef up security in general to make sure something like this can't happen again.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
But anyway, love to him. Hope he's feeling better. This is really horrible, but like X says, hopefully these men get locked up soon, ASAP. All right, guys, any final thoughts before we go?
I just got a final shout out. I want to shout somebody out. Can I shout somebody out?
Go ahead,
Is
Wayno.
that cool? I want to shout out my little homie CC from Harlem. He got this live that he's shaking shit up, and I love what he's doing. He's a young kid that you know, he's shaking shit up. That's all I can say. He's shaking shit up.
It's
He
like
had Act
radio
on his live,
shout-outs.
right?
I have no idea who that
You know exactly what I'm talking about. You was on his live. Stop it.
I was on a live. I couldn't tell what he was going on.
Yeah, he was on his live, but he's just a young kid, and he's out here. He's
I had him panicking though. Okay.
No, you didn't have him panicking. He had you panicking.
I had him.
He had you. You popped and
Yeah.
panicking. Absolutely.
Happy birthday, CC. Okay. Happy birthday.
No, hey, happy birthday, Akademiks.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Akademiks. You know his body.
Okay.
We got to listen. I'm doing a book one day that's gonna explain all of these.
You're
things
writing a
when it comes
book?
to- I got a few books dropping.
Okay,
But
Wayno.
it's gonna be a lingo book.
All right.
We're gonna see how it goes.
I'm not gonna lie. I felt so out of touch with all the lingo. He was saying all the time. I was like, "What are you talking about?" Yo, man.
From Harlem?
Yeah, he's from Harlem.
Is he?
Yeah, he's from Harlem. For real, from Harlem. Yeah, he's from Harlem.
All right, y'all.
Well, he got 46 hours, man. 46 hours.
He got 46 hours. No, you got 48 hours. You gotta respond.
All right, guys, we gotta go. We'll see you here tomorrow, same time, 11:30 a.m. on Complex.
Peace.
Oh,
No, cut it out.
I had
Cut
one
it
more.
out. No.
I had one more.